arms, not quite yet, but right in there. Good morning, and this morning I am off up to Leeds for my posing practice. This is the first time I've properly done this. I'm quite excited, quite scared, because I'm not very good at this, and I've been trying all week myself and trying to practice a little bit, and I'm doing my thing in front of the mirror, but my thing I don't think is what they want on stage. So you know, I think Becky really has got her work cut out for her, but I'm sure I'm not on my own here in this one, where this is actually the most daunting thing. I think it's actually probably the most daunting thing of it all. But let's face it, everyone can train hard, everyone can eat right, but actually being confident and sort of sexy on stage, that doesn't come natural to everyone. And it's an incredibly nerve-wracking experience as it is. So to then, on top of all of that, to this persona to come out, I'm not sure which persona is going to come out. This could be terrible, this could be bad. Full on sassy pants could come out. So just about to leave, so I shall update you later. Hopefully get some footage from Ultraflex as well. I need to train as well, as I've mentioned before, so I've got my tripod and everything with me. So here it goes. So we made it, we just got here. I'm just going to tidy myself up, I've got a few minutes, and I'm dying for a wee. It's a little bit tricky when you get here actually. It's the tiniest little turning and I shot past it initially, but I got here and it's fine. So we shall go find Becky. I'm going to now actually have my breakfast, which I made a while ago and didn't actually eat. Right then, and so see you in a bit. So that went quite well. I was actually quite surprised. I was really nervous to begin with. My leg just wouldn't stop shaking. I was like, oh, and you're holding yourself really tense as well, so it was kind of really hard to stop that. But I didn't feel as silly as I thought I would feel. My whole thought of this whole posing thing was, oh, it's really girly, it's really flouncy, and I just thought, that's not me. I'm going to feel totally ridiculous doing this. And surprisingly, actually, I didn't. I think because actually when you're doing it, there's so much more of an art form to it and sort of legitimate trying to create lines. It takes over from feeling sort of silly and sort of girly, because it isn't that really. I mean, that does come into it, but you've sort of got to make it look like that, coming from quite a structured standpoint. That kind of is good for me, because then I don't feel stupid and then I can actually sort of concentrate on sort of what I'm doing. I got the quarter turns down all right, and I started to get the transitioning round, and I started to get like the arm movement, and I even managed to do a little bit of a stage walk as well. Not the T-walk, she will do that in a couple of weeks time, so I'm maybe going to come up again in a couple of weeks. So 4 weeks out and 2 weeks out was what she recommended. Not loads of sessions, but in the meantime I'm gonna practice and drill. So yeah, that actually sort of went surprisingly well. Then I trained and I got little snippets in there. It's very RAM. There's a lot of stuff in there very close together, so it was very difficult to actually get the tripod sort of in areas. To give you an idea of what Ultraflex looks like, it's like a really classic bodybuilder's gym, like warehouse, no aircon, but they did have big fans. It's a bit cooler today, so it wasn't too bad. So I got my sort of workout in as I should have done really. The only thing they didn't actually have was like a sort of, I couldn't really set up to do glute bridges, so I swapped that out for a hack today. You know, sometimes when you use a different gym, you're gonna have to, you know, maybe change things around a little bit. But I think as long as you get a good workout in and you do exercises, you know, it doesn't matter if the one you had wasn't like totally to plan. And I did a bit of cardio. Good first start, I was pleased. Now just practice. Yeah, so this weekend went up to Leeds, posing practice, went really well. I've got a lot of practicing to do. obviously. It's still a little bit, you know, arms not quite yet, that right, and there. When I get in an evening now, I'll probably sort of practice that. And I'm also trying to break in the shoes as well and get used to them. So tonight, I'm not sure what the camera's picking up, but I have my posing shoes on, and I'm just going to randomly, just casually, be wearing stripper shoes around the house. It was a couple of years back at Body Power, and actually there was a guy there from Scotland who had a shop that sort of sold dancewear. Of course, it's that type of dancewear, but basically he had all the shoes with him, and he was just selling them for an absolute song. And I kind of knew at that point that I was definitely planning on doing it, so I thought, sod it, he's selling them, it's such a bargain, I'm going to get them. And then thought, well, worst case, even if I don't, they're quite nice shoes, they're quite comfortable, I'll probably just wear them anyway, because they're not the big, thick perspex ones. Because at that time it was UK BFF and you weren't actually allowed a platform heel, so actually I don't have a platform on these ones. Nowadays they've relaxed all of that. In fact, some of them just allow you to wear normal shoes, but as I was talking to Becky yesterday, I don't really think normal shoes are very good. I think that they actually sort of cut the leg off, because the whole point of wearing the stripper shoes that are clear is the fact that it allows you to see the whole leg and doesn't cut you off at the ankle. So I'm basically just trying to break these in and just basically trying to make them a bit more comfortable. So there's method in madness, even if it looks totally ridiculous. I woke up this morning after doing the posing yesterday, and a lot of people did warn me that you can be quite stiff and sore from it. And at the time I did the posing, I trained afterwards and I felt fine, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm going to get away with this. But then I woke up this morning and my back was really stiff, so I can definitely say that, you know, after a posing session you're going to feel a little bit sore. It was possibly one of the most uncomfortable things that I've done. I didn't feel silly doing it like I explained in the video, but the poses themselves, you physically feel very uncomfortable when you're doing it. Well, the rest of the weekend went well. It was nice to train at a different gym. Other than that, it was a good week. Food is obviously sort of quite low now. I am beginning to feel quite hungry, and weekends are beginning to come. Sort of feel sort of quite hard. I'm not wanting to do too much. I'm feeling sort of quite lethargic and sort of tired. We're over halfway. I wouldn't quite say we're into the home straight yet, but everything's going well. There's another good weight drop, so a good percentage in body fat down. So that's beginning to come down quite nicely now. And I can see quite a lot of differences as well, which is good. We're doing all right. So fingers crossed, keep ploughing away. I shall catch up with you next week. And keep lifting. See us next week.
Don't look at me when you do that. Do that bit again. Don't look at me when you finish it.
I shall catch up with you next week.
Yeah, that's better. You see, you did this before, you said, and that's it, and looked immediately at me. Remember, I'm going to fade this out, you see. I see, you know, go listen to your producer.
Yeah, well,
okay?
Yeah, you know, there was quite a few bits in that I kind of.
You need to listen.
My mind's going.
To me, I'm the boss. Listen to me. That was longer than it was supposed to be for an outro.
Well, I forgot about the shoes.
Anyway, as always, like I have to say.
Well, you can chop a lot of that.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.